So how do you feel as you're sort of setting out in the morning?
Almost always I feel great.
Yeah.
Unless I, hungover or in bad shape for some reason, then it's nothing but positive feelings.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about the weather, rain or shine. Obviously it's a nice day here, but I feel the same in pouring rain. It's a lovely morning. Got the wind in my face, going downhill. It's great. And you dip down and we're going over a creek bed here, so it's like this natural depression or declivity, and then we come up the other side of it. And, I usually like to charge up here and get my legs moving, get my heart rate up. And then you come into Edgemont Village, which is a lovely little suburban shopping area, and there's people getting coffee, and you can usually smell bread and bakery and smells. It's a nice place to ride through at this time in the morning, between 7 and 8 o'clock. It makes you feel like you're part of the world waking up. Nice pass by the car there. Most of the drivers are really great. We get passed by a truck with a trailer in a minute. It's a little bit rude, but in general, they're a great bunch of people who live around here. A lot of them probably ride bikes themselves. So, you get a lot of respect. And now we're whizzing down this steep bit. It's great fun. We're just flying down here. You can take the lane. The cars all stay in the left lane there. And it's awesome. I do it every day, so I know exactly what I can do there, and I can really go for it. So I usually just bomb down there.
And what's that like? That experience, sort of bombing down the hill?
It's just a rush, isn't it? It's fun. Everyone knows what it's like to ride downhill on a bike. Well, anyone who's done it, it's always the same. It's just like being a little kid. It's a cliche, but it's actually true. This is lovely. They put this in. They recently re-engineered this whole setup, and this is a fairly new. There was always a path here, but they resurfaced the whole thing. And annoying bollard there, but we just go back to that bollard. It's just they put it in such an annoying place, but I guess deliberately to slow cyclists down, and it just really works, Because you come around this corner, and it's just exactly in the right spot to make you slow right down and go to the left of it or to the right of it, and you can't just your natural line would be right through it.
Yeah.
So, and I guess the reason is to stop people from flying down here and crashing into each other. It's a two-way path.
Yeah.
So, thumbs up, but thumbs down as well. And then you sweep down onto the bridge here. It's all great cycling infrastructure.
Yeah.
There's a guy who lives or sleeps under this bridge, but right up there on the left. But he's usually there. But I think we're a bit later, and he's left for the day. He has a bike.
Oh yeah.
And one time he scared the shit out of me because the first time I realised he was there, he was riding through. It was quite early. Maybe I woke him up or he was having a nightmare, and he just yelled at me like really. I didn't know that. And ever since then, I've been paid more attention to them. Now we come up onto the Lionsgate Bridge, and the traffic noise increases again, and you just settle in and just knock out a rhythm there, and up we go. Now I come up behind this guy here who's puffing and panting a bit.
Yeah.
He's probably too hot, and I don't know. Anyway, so I moved past him. I think it's reasonable. I was clearly going faster than him, right, all the way up the bridge. I caught, so it's not like I was. There's a lot of etiquette, kind of unspoken etiquette around commute racing. It's quite funny actually. I do like it, and I don't begrudge him later on when he flies past me. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
You go ahead. Over a bump here. I just assumed that he stayed at whatever pace he was doing, but obviously he didn't. He must have latched onto your wheel and kind of drafted you for a while. I don't know what he did, but anyway, obviously the fires of competition were burning brightly in this one. But we've all been there. I will admit to doing the same thing. It's fun sometimes to see if you can go faster than another person. For me, not for everyone, but I'd like to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not that competitive a person, but it's just harmless fun. I would never do anything dangerous or anything. It's stupid. At the same time, you don't get upset when has happened to him. There he was. Ha ha! Thought you'd got me. Anyway, yeah, good for him. We're in Stanley Park, which is just a paradise for cycling. And, you know, and because you do it every day, you come to know every contour of this road, and you just get into such a routine. Just doing the same thing every day can become kind of fun. Just every day the same. And it sounds boring, but it's actually the routine is actually really fun. Even down to little things like what line I take through a bend. And here you can see these markings on the road. These are the ones I'm talking about, where I always try and go to one side of them. It's almost like not stepping on the lines. It's just like these little things, these little relationships you build up with the road over hundreds or thousands of days. And this stretch here along Lost Lagoon is a place that I really like to have a little mini time trial just on this stretch here. This is my maximal exertion point where I'll really do an interval, and by the end of this, when I'm merging onto Georgia, I usually am completely exhausted and panting and legs feeling like jello. But look how beautiful the lagoon is. Lost Lagoon. I mean, it really is. Even the name is like it's like something from the land that time forgot. You can just imagine some sort of dinosaur, like a brachiosaurus, wading through that. Yeah. It's so primeval. So much of Stanley Park with the trees, and when it's foggy, it feels very kind of lost worldy. I just love it. I remember one time I came through here and it was blocked off for some forestry work was going on, and I felt really messed up. I felt really kind of personally affronted. That somebody had interfered with my commute. I had to go around the other side of the lagoon. I took much more offence than any reasonable person should have. Yeah. So you just come to see these roads as almost belonging to you, especially a road like this where there's so little traffic at this time of day. Mm-hmm. You really take a personal stake in it. You can totally relax in Stanley Park. It's just think about things, think about. Sometimes I think about concrete things and what I'm going to do that day or what I did yesterday, but most times I just think about random things. It's almost like daydreaming. Mm-hmm. I'll just let thoughts drift through my head in a random sequence and see what they come up with. Really, I think commuting is a real kind of relaxing brain time for me. It's definitely a time of day when my brain can really just chill out, and I never worry about anything while I'm riding my bike. No matter how bad things are at work or at home, I never feel sad or depressed when I'm riding my bike. It's almost like it's impossible to. Yeah, now we start to hear the roar of the mighty motor-mobiles. A lot of people here anxious to get to work in the morning. Not all of them have slept well, so you've got to be fully aware. You always got to gauge buses ahead of time. And I didn't gauge it perfectly there because I had to put a foot down. And down here, you're always playing this game with buses. But obviously, buses can kill you, so you've got to be careful. And now we're on Pender, which is kind of a gnarly street because the road condition's not great. It's narrow and there's a lot of speeding goes on here, so. And here we got a red for a pedestrian crossing, so I'm just going to do a cheeky little kind of turn right and then do a U-E, and it's kind of a bike manoeuvre. It's not, I don't know if it's legal or what, but it gets you ahead of the traffic, so
yeah.
I do it, and it's safe. I only do anything that's safe. It just gives you a bit of breathing space, before they catch up with you again. Maybe you'll make it to the next light, beat them through the light, and then you've got rid of them. So it's always good to try and get as much road around you as you can.
What would you say that you get out of your daily cycle commuting?
It's always good to have that half an hour in the morning, 40 minutes in the afternoon, which are not work, not family, not sleeping. They're just nothing but pleasure. That's a full hour a day of pure pleasure. So it's immensely valuable. There's no other way you can get it. Commuting specifically appeals to me because it's killing two birds with one stone, and you're getting to work. You have to get to work. So why sit in a car or a bus and then have to go to a gym or get this pleasure some other way? To me, it's just the elegance of having all this great stuff, and at the end of it, having accomplished something, i.e. getting to work. And here we just take a left into the parkade. I always feel a bit sad that I have to get off my bike and stop riding it and go and sit at a desk for 8 hours, to be honest with you.